City boy, city boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we gotta go ahead and do a Monday Night Raw review, baby. And I got one question for the people in the audience. You got a mom? You talk to your mama? What you be talking to your mama about? You talk to your mom about your grandson, about your wife, how the kids doing? Huh? What y'all eating for dinner? Take the dog for a walk? Huh? That is the subject of tonight's fucking video. We're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, y'all. Less than 2 weeks away. We're like 12 days away now. And this is the shit that we're getting. We're 12, 11 days away from WrestleMania. And this is the shit that we get. I don't even think they're trying at this point. I legitimately don't even think Triple H is trying at this point. Most of the night was filled with fucking ads and recaps. And the rest of the night was filled with fucking garbage, long ass 10 to 15 to 20 minute matches. And if it wasn't that, it was boring ass, drawn out ass promos that nobody could possibly give a fuck about. Let's go ahead and jump right on into this review, rant. I don't know. We'll see how this one turns out today, okay? So we start off the show, obviously, with some superstar walkouts, and then we move on to the Io Sky, Bianca, and Rhea Ripley recap, all right? That, of the whole situation that happened last week in their bullshit convoluted ass match. Adam Pearce, he starts off the show in the ring. All right. He welcomes the people to Monday Night Raw. All right. One thing to note is that the championship is on a podium. All right. Io Sky does not have the championship. She doesn't leave. She doesn't have the championship till the end of the segment. She comes out, Io Sky, that is, comes out to no pop. The people could not care, but she had them little booty knuckles out. She had them little booty knuckles out and the little booty hanging out underneath them shorts, all right? We did notice, all right? So she comes out. She says, I don't even know if she said any words. If she did, I don't care. Next up, Bianca comes out. She gets like a minimum medium pop. You know what I'm saying? We're in Minneapolis. I don't know why the people in Minneapolis don't like Bianca Belair, but she was looking fine than a motherfucker. And then we got, Adam Pearce making a huge mistake. I don't know how the fuck, like, Adam, like the superstars and the fucking employee, the talent, they don't even know what the fuck is going on at this point. This nigga Adam Pearce talking about Rhea Ripley representing the Judgment Day. Like, yo, that was like damn near 8 months ago at this point, man. They been separated. Like, how long has that been? But who knows? Hey, I'll give him a mulligan. Okay? But whatever, okay? Rhea Ripley, she comes out. They say the same shit. They all say the same shit that they've been saying for the last, or in the first promo that they did, all three of them together. Okay? The only difference was that Bianca basically said that, you know, she would be mad normally because she actually had to work and compete and earn her shot to get into WrestleMania, to get to that title match. And Rhea Ripley, she didn't have to earn jack shit. All she did was have to lose the match and do whatever she wanted, and she was just able to finagle her way into a three-way match with Io and Bianca, because that's what happened in this segment. Adam Pearce went ahead and just made it official. The thing we already all knew. All of us already knew. From the moment that Rhea lost this championship, from the moment, like a month ago now, we knew from the moment that she lost this fucking championship that she was going to be in a triple threat with Bianca and Io Sky. It's the only thing that, I mean, don't get me wrong. It didn't make sense. None of this makes sense. All right. Let's just get that off the table. because nothing makes sense in WWE anymore. But it was the biggest match that Hunter could think of. That's what we really had. It was the biggest match that Hunter could think of. Instead of for the first time on WWE, right, like on the main roster, for the first time in a WrestleMania main event, you know what I'm saying, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a match together, you know what I'm saying, one-on-one. He said, nah, that's not good enough. We have to throw another face in there. All right, so now we're going to have Bianca getting booed. We're going to have Rhea, fucking Io getting no reaction because she's not as big of a star as either Bianca or Rhea. And Rhea's going to be the one coming out on top as far as being over. This is what I'm saying. These face versus face matches, they don't help anybody. And then when you have a face versus face match, it really just serves to hurt. Like, somebody is going to come out on the bottom here of getting the reactions, man, and it just doesn't make them look good at all. But whatever, that was that segment. We move the fuck on. Judgment Day, we're backstage, and what can I say about this segment, man? This is the same segment we get week after week after week after week, with Finn Balor being a dickhead, and the rest of the Judgment Day looking like fucking clowns. All right, that's basically what it was. If you actually really want to hear, if you actually really want to see or know what happened in this segment, all right, all you got to do is watch last week's Raw, the Raw before that, the Raw before that, the Raw before that, and the Raw before that. All right, and you'll know exactly what the fuck happened in this backstage segment. Next up, we got Lyra Valkyria versus fucking Bayley. All right. Now, this match was slow. It was botchy. All right. There were multiple botched moves. One of the most standout ones was when fucking, I don't even know, like fucking Bayley was trying to go for like a corner fucking sunset flip power bomb, some shit, and she just completely missed the entire thing. It did not look good at all. All right. It didn't look good at all. This was a shit match, and it had to last fucking 10 to 15 minutes because fucking duh. All right, 10 to 15 minutes just for Lyra Valkyria to win by a bullshit roll-up. All right, and Michael Cole had the fucking gall to call this shit an instant classic. No. This is the same match that we get every fucking week. Every fucking week we get these same damn matches. And we're going to get at least 3 more of these matches here tonight, all right? Kathy Kelly, she's backstage, okay? Oh, before we get there, I just want to point out that, because I had to write this down in my notes, all right? All of Lyra Valkyria's title defenses have been against faces. All her defenses have been against faces. She has not faced a single heel, so this title reign will go down as one of the worst in history, as all Hunter Hearst Helmsley's title reigns are in this era. All right, one of the worst in history because she is not facing off against any heels. She's not doing any good heel work. All right, or going up against any good heels. All right, or any heels at all. Just heels in general. Somebody that the crowd can boo against, okay? In the middle of the match, you got "Let's go Lyra, let's go Bayley" chants. This should never happen, okay? This should never fucking happen. But it happened because we're in Hunter Hearst Helmsley era. So face versus face, we get a whole lot of that. Heel versus heel, we get a whole lot of that. All right? So Kathy Kelly is backstage and she's interviewing fucking Bert Kreischer. Some comedian, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I've seen the shirtless dude before. I've seen him be shirtless before. I've never watched a special of his. Never would. He just doesn't seem like my cup of tea as far as comedy. But he's getting interviewed. He's getting airtime on WWE television. Chad Gable interrupts this bullshit interview that's going down. He said like a couple words. Then Chad is basically like, yeah, so I know that you're here in Minneapolis to see me in my hometown. Unfortunately, I won't be competing tonight. It's going to be another guy, the greatest luchador of all time. It's going to be El Grande Americano. All right, he's going to be competing tonight. Bert says he didn't come to see Gable. Out of nowhere, here comes Alpha Academy. Otis rips his fucking shirt off. Then Bert rips his shirt off. It was some of the most gay shit I've ever seen. All right, I don't know how else. I don't know how else to describe the scene that I just saw. All right, I don't know how. That's the only way I can describe it. All right, sue me. Fuck you. All right. So we move on. AJ Styles, he gets interviewed as well by Kathy Kelly. Karrion Kross interrupts. What the fuck is this, man? Like I what is Karrion Kross doing, bruh? Like, what is this? What is this? I mean, don't get me wrong. The one thing I will say about this segment, even though they did exactly the shit that I hate the most, where we're beefing now, but even though we're beefing right now, even though we're talking shit to each other right now, we're gonna wait till next week to fight. I'm gonna see you next week. I know we're only like 45 minutes, an hour into the show, and we got a whole another hour and 30 minutes to go. But guess what? I'm not going to see you tonight. I want to see you next week, all right? Even though they did that shit, we still got a match. Karrion Kross, he's going to get time in the ring, all right? This is all I want. This is all I want at this point, because I'm so sick of him being backstage, lurking around, telling everybody to do better, and this motherfucker ain't done shit for months on end. Just show me what you got again, because I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten what you have in the ring, so show it to your boy. Even though we all know he's going to lose, because AJ Styles can't lose right before WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Next up, we get LWO versus American Made and El Grande Americano. Okay. This was a whatever match. 10, 15 minutes, 50-50. You know the deal. Okay. El Grande Americano, he ends up picking up the victory because Lyra Valkyria slid him like a piece of metal or some shit. He slid that shit into his mask. He headbutted Rey Mysterio, and then he headbutted, he headbutted, I don't even know, one of them, Joaquin Wild, one of them motherfuckers, I don't know. It might have been Dragon Lee. I don't know. I think it was Dragon Lee, actually. Yeah, so he headbutted Rey Mysterio, then he headbutted Dragon Lee, jumped off the top rope for a flying headbutt, and then that was the match, okay? We move on. We get a fucking 5-minute Uso and Gunther recap of the situation that happened last week, right? We get a little recap of that. All right. Well, I will say this. I liked how this recap, like, even though, like, I'm tired of these recaps. I'm tired of all the way through the show. We're just getting nothing but recaps all the way through the show. But I will say that this recap was done well. This was done well. I like how they cut it. I like how they edited it. All right. You had like them cutting back and forth from like, you know, the Usos being together, and then it'll cut back to fucking Gunther like beating the dog shit out of Jimmy. It was well done. It was well done. Then Gunther comes out. He comes out for a victory lap. All right. He stands on the announce table, stands in the ring, holds the belt up. He's getting ready to say some words, speak some words. And then everything just falls off the show was already bad. The show was already bad, already boring. Already bad, already boring. Okay. And then Jey Uso had to come out. Jey Uso comes out. He doesn't come down the ramp. No, he comes out of the crowd as he normally does. He's in all black. All right. He's trying to look as intense as possible. He has the black Yeet glasses on, all black, no logo on his little crop top. All right, no logos on his high waters, no logos, just straight black, all black. He walks down the ramp, takes like 5-6 minutes to get into the ring. Oh my goodness! And he starts off his promo asking Gunther, "You got a mom?" "You got a mom? You talk to your mama? What you talk to your mama about?" Like, come on, bro. You mean to tell, like, and this is the problem. This is the problem with Hunter's fucking booking. All right? You mean to tell me you wasted all those brawls, right? That's the problem with all the brawl segments, okay? Because when it comes time where there needs to be a brawl, where there needs to be some land to smacketh down on somebody, at that point it's too repetitive, and you know in your mind as a booker, as the head creative, that I can't have fucking 30 brawls in a row. 29 is enough. You know what I'm saying? That 30th one might really put people over the edge. So I'm just gonna have Jey Uso come out there and cut a boring promo, and then we'll see what that does. Okay, Jey Uso basically comes out and he says, "You got a mom." He talks about Gunther's mom. He says, and he talks about his mom saying that, all right, what do you talk about with your mom? You know what I had to talk to about my mom this weekend? I had to explain to her why Jimmy's in the hospital. And she said, "Why you ain't protect him, Joshua?" Breaking kayfabe, because that's what we got to do now. "Why you ain't protect him, Joshua?" And I ain't never lied to my mama, so I had to tell my mama I was scared, mama. Mama, I was scared, mama. But you know what, Gunther? I mean, it was a long promo, but this is basically what it was. You know what, Gunther? After last week, I'm not scared of you no more. And the night before WrestleMania, you better be with your family. And I'm going to pray to the Lord. I'm going to pray to the God above to forgive me for the man that I'm going to have to become the next night at WrestleMania, and what I'm going to do to you. Because I'm going to beat your ass, basically. And then that's it. He walks off. That was the promo. What kind of bullshit, pussy shit? This is the problem with his booking. You can't have 30 weeks in a row of these motherfuckers brawling, and then when the time comes where it would actually make sense for them to brawl, the only thing that makes sense after seeing your blood brother, your twin brother, get beat the dog shit out of, smack it down on, the only thing that makes sense from this point is to head out there with a fucking sledgehammer, with a baseball bat, with a golf club, nigga, with some steel chairs, with some kendo sticks, and just lay the beats on Gunther. Lay the absolute beats on Gunther. That's the only thing that makes sense after that. But because we done seen the brawl 30, 40 times already, now Hunter wants to, we're gonna hold off on that, all right? And we're gonna save the brawl until next week or the week after, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save that brawl. We're just gonna have Jay come out there and cut a boring promo. This is bullshit. I hated this. I hated everything about this, okay? Whatever. We get a recap from the whole Roman, Punk, and Seth situation from this past Friday night, all right? After that recap, that was too fucking long, Natalya and Maxine Dupree are backstage, and they're talking about something. I guess they're gonna be in the tag team gauntlet match. Forgot to that just reminded me. Yes, so they're gonna be in the tag team gauntlet match this week. All right, and so is Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. They're going to be teaming up together. Huh? So you mean to tell me that there's going to be multiple tag teams in the match that aren't actually tag team partners? Why not throw some NXT bitches in there? There are NXT tag teams like I don't know, Fatal Attraction, I think that's their name, or Toxic Attraction, some shit like that, right? They're a tag team in NXT. What about the Chase U hoes? Isn't there two? I don't know who's on NXT. I'm not gonna lie, but I do know that there's tag teams down there. The Metaphor bitches, we know the Metaphor bitches, right? Like there's tag teams in NXT, but there's no NXT tag team champions. There's no NXT tag team or women's tag team champions anymore. They took that belt away, which means that the women's tag team championships, they should be available for all women across all three brands. But they're just going to throw a bunch of random bitches together and then just have them go into the gauntlet. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't fucking make sense. But here we are. We're in Hunter's era. Okay? So that's what they were talking to Adam Pearce about. And then Ray comes in. He asks for a match. Okay? Adam Pearce is like, "Oh, who you want the match? You want the match with Chad Gable? I know Chad Gable's been a thorn in your side." Then Ray's like, "No, I need to have this match with the person that's been disrespecting the lucha legacy, the lucha tradition, everything that lucha is about. He's been disrespecting it. I need to face El Grande Americano at WrestleMania. And just like that, Adam Pearce made the match. So we get a bullshit match off of that. All right. Hunter just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. Okay. Just throwing shit at the wall. All right. Next up, we got New Day versus the War Raiders. And they actually had Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know. From Kill Tony. I guess he has a Netflix special, which is why Bert Kreischer was here. He also has a Netflix special coming out. Okay. So they put him on color commentary for this match. And Tony Hinchcliffe is not a commentator. Not a commentator. Michael Cole is terrible at his job. Pat McAfee is horrible at his job. But Tony Hinchcliffe should not be on color commentary. He's supposed to be a comedian, and I only kind of snickered at one of the things that he said, which was that when the War Raiders were going up against the New Day, they were in the ring and stuff like that. He said that it looked like Bert Kreischer's fan club against the New Day. That was the only thing that kind of made me snicker a little bit. Everything else that he said was not fucking funny. Nothing was funny. And that joke was, like, you got to know who fucking Bert Kreischer is. Like, you got to know who he is. This is whatever. This was another 50-50, 15-minute fucking slog fest. And it ended by disqualification. You'll never believe this shit. Fucking Xavier Woods brought a chair into the ring. Ivar, I think that's the big one, right? Somebody put down who the difference between the War Raiders. I think it's Ivar. I think Ivar is the big one. Okay? Ivar was trying to get it from him. He was trying to wrestle it away from him, and he took it away from him, and the referee saw him, and Ivar just hit him in the stomach. He just hit him in the stomach with the chair. Boom, disqualification. Match is over. War Raiders, or New Day wins, but War Raiders, they keep the championships. This whole thing was retarded. This whole match was retarded. After the match, there was a little after-match beatdown. Okay. The New Day where they just beat the dog shit out of the War Raiders. Like they should have done this during the match, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't. So they just beat the dog shit out of the War Raiders after the match, and then that was that. That was that. I'm not lying to you. That's exactly what happened, bruh. You can go watch the shit for yourself. This is retardation. We're 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, mind you. Less than 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. So, next up, we get a long-ass John Cena and Cody Rhodes recap that nobody could possibly care about. Okay? I mean, it wasn't even really a recap. It was really a vignette, almost, of Cody Rhodes and all the shit that he's gone through over the last 10 years, and it was set to a Shabuzi song. It was so fucking cringe, bruh. I couldn't. I stepped out for a cigarette at that point. I couldn't fucking do it. Next up, we had Penta versus Dom. Yet another 15-minute 50-50 slog fest. All right. Penta wins, cause duh. All right, won with the, I don't even know what his finish was called. The Mexican sledgehammer. I don't fucking know. He won with that, and then after the match, he got beat down by the Judgment Day because Carlito was out there with Dom. So Carlito came in, hit him with the backstabber, and started laying the beats on him. Got what's his face? Got Dom up to start putting the beats on him as well. Out comes Braun Breaker for some reason. I don't know. He spears Carlito first. Great spear. It was an amazing spear. I love that spear. It was great. I'll give him that. Then gets in the ring, spears Dom to oblivion, spears Penta into oblivion, gets ready to hold up his title. Fucking Finn Balor comes out of nowhere, hits like a neck breaker or some shit on him. I don't know, some shit. Then he holds up the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker gets up, he gets ready to beat Finn, lay the beats on Finn. Finn jumps out of the ring, And that's that segment, all right? That literally was the fucking segment, man. We're 12 days away from WrestleMania, mind you. Next up, we get Paul Heyman. This was the main event of the show. This was the main event of the show. Paul Heyman coming out and cutting a promo where he says that he can be loyal to both Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Even if you're not a Christian, you know the term, that you know the phrase, you cannot serve two masters. Cannot serve two gods. Okay, you just can't do it. So we all know that this is bullshit. We all know what's about to happen here. Anyways, he's saying all this shit about how we can be loyal to both and how, he doesn't have to be disloyal to either one to be loyal to both. Here comes Seth Rollins. Once again, here's the problem with heels or with this face dynamic that they have going on. Somebody has to become the heel. Somebody has to take the heat here because the audience has nowhere to put the heat at. Either somebody has to take the heat or somebody's just going to suffer by being the third wheel, and that's exactly what Seth Rollins is right now. He basically just was bullying fucking Paul Heyman, pushing him into the corner, slapping him around, saying what none of the Paul fucking CM Punk doesn't care about you, Roman Reigns doesn't care about you, Roman Reigns ain't here to help you, CM Punk isn't around to help you, which means CM Punk is in the back. He's not around to help you. What's your life worth? Is it worth a slap? Is it worth a push? What if I just stomp you out right now and we just take you all the way out of the equation? All this shit, just being a straight, menace. A straight up menace. All right? He's getting ready to really lay the beats on Paul Heyman, and then out comes CM Punk, and then they brawl, and then Seth Rollins stomps Punk, and then he almost stomps Paul out. But he came close. It's not like Paul Heyman stepped out of the way or anything. Seth Rollins just went for the stomp and then put his foot down right before he got to Paul's face. Then he picked up the microphone and said, "Now you owe me a favor." And that's how the show ended. Jumped out the ring. We cut to Paul Heyman's, walrus face, and that's just the show ends. That's what happened. We're 12 days away from WrestleMania, mind you. 12 days away. Are you excited? Are you more excited for WrestleMania? We got another match. We got El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. In other words, Chad Gable versus Rey Mysterio. In a match that we've seen before. But we're just going to do it on WrestleMania. We're just going to do it at WrestleMania, and it's all good. Hunter's cooking, y'all. Hunter's fucking cooking. This is one of the worst. This was one of the worst shows I've seen. It's crazy. It's every single show is the worst show that I've seen. It just keeps getting more worse. It just keeps getting worse and worse each week. It just what was there this week to grab and hold on to and to really chew on? I wonder how this is going, what this dynamic is going to do. I wonder, nothing. Anything that happened, we already knew it was going to happen. Anything that didn't happen, we know what's going to happen next. Because that's Hunter's booking. Long-term booking. Does this feel like WrestleMania season yet? No, Hunter. No, it does not. No, it does not. It does not feel like WrestleMania season at all. At all. But we're here. But we're fucking here. All right. I give this show a solid 1.7 out of 10. Let me know what y'all think about this show down in the comments below. All right, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, baby. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and drop an elbow on that motherfucking like button. Drop a big boot on that motherfucking subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.